The success cycle that when you run, you're guaranteed success. Hi, I'm Bryant, Cain, mental performance coach, and the success cycle, it's 3 steps. Prepare, perform, reflect. Ask yourself as a coach, ask yourself as an athlete, how much of your time goes into preparation, performance, and reflection? And unequivocally, most people will say, most of my time goes into preparation and performance. The problem with that is that when reflection happens, that's where most of the learning happens. So if you're missing reflection, you don't even necessarily know what adjustments you need to make from performance in preparation to get better for the next performance. Prepare, perform, reflect on performance, prepare, perform, reflect on performance. Reflection, it can happen in a lot of ways. One way is you look at video of your performance and you look at not just the mechanics of your performance and the strategy of your performance, but the body language of your performance, the presence of your performance. And you evaluate off of video just like you would if you were looking at game tape and you were trying to scout an opponent. You got to scout yourself, the self-scout. It's a great way to assess yourself on video. Second way to assess is to simply do what's called a well, better, how, or a start, stop, continue. When the competition is over, maybe before you take the uniform off in the locker room, before you take a shower to wash off the day, you can reflect by writing down, what did I do well? What do I want to do better the next time? How am I going to do that? Lewis Howes in his podcast on the School of Greatness featured a clip with Bryant talking about how after every game you have to process it the same way, whether you win or you lose. And you ask yourself, what did I do well? What do I want to do better? How am I going to do the things that I did well again? And how do I do the things I want to do better moving forward? So Bryant, one of the greatest of all time, using a well, better, how process to reflect on performance, whether he won or whether he lost. You see, the outcome of the performance is neutral until you label it as good or bad. Now, the win or loss is dictated by the scoreboard, but we don't win or lose, we win or learn. And the way that we learn is we do reflection. A piece most often gets stepped over or mistaken. So the reflection can be the well, better, how, or start, stop, continue. For example, after a game, a post game, some of the best coaches I've been around, I've seen them take their team and their team would get into smaller groups and do a start, stop, continue based off of maybe their position or based off a certain aspect of the game like DOC, defense, offense, culture. The coach would come back with a team and say, defensively, start, stop, continue. Offensively, start, stop, continue, culture. And they would process it that way, being player-led instead of it being coach-fed all the time. So the well, better, how, the start, stop, continue process, those are ways for you to reflect and really extract that learning that you can from performance to allow you to then have more specific and better preparation moving forward so that ideally your performances continue to get better. So understand the 3-step success cycle. Prepare, perform, and then reflect. So you learn from that performance and can use that in the next cycle of preparation. With the worksheet that's below, I encourage you to go through the reflection process of well, better, how, and start, stop, continue from a recent performance, generate a discussion with your team about what you can learn both individually and collectively as a group. You can do a reflection on your own performance, on your team performance, and then collaborate together so that you can learn and make that next cycle of preparation that much more specific and that much better so you can help your next performance.